Y'all, I have been making sales on my website from people that are not my friends. Like, whoa. I like history books. I like to harvest history books because they got cool pictures like this. Okay. I don't know how much will come out of this one because it doesn't have a ton of pictures in it, but we're gonna go through it anyway together as a team of harvesters. And you know, some of it is going to be politically incorrect, and I do not take those pages out, but some of it is just some of it I do not take as politically incorrect. Some of it I take as just people being people. But I don't take any of the really bad, like this. I would not take that. It was somebody whipping slaves. I'm sorry, but no. That's a nice little place. But I like these types of pages. Okay. This is cool. It's like the newspaper. See if I can get most of that, which I did, and keep those together. You know, some of the water ship stuff will be nice in the nautical collection of crap that I've been collecting crappily for a long time. This is just shooting people, I guess. Who are we shooting? Paul Revere? I don't know. The Bloody Massacre? I don't know. Look at this. I like this weirdness. This. You know, they say that George Washington did not have a chiseled chin. Like, this is George Washington. They said his face was very rounded like this. But in all of his portraits and stuff, he was made to be like chiseled. Isn't that wild? These people are going to kill a goose, which is hilarious. I mean, it's not hilarious for the goose, but it's just a hilarious picture. Like, what a weird picture to just... Oh, I think I'm going to paint this picture of those guys killing that goose last night. Oh, some colored pictures too. Sorry, I'm trying to pause it when Brian's like mowing right here. He's getting further away though. I like this bed. Let's see. It's in a museum. That's something. I like this guy here. He's like just dangling on a string. Vera got Sharpie on my finger and I keep seeing it out of the corner of my eye and being like, I'm bleeding. And I'm like, no, wait, I'm not. I like these people. That guy is serious. That guy is serious. I love that guy's head. We need to put him somewhere. We need to cut his head off and put it on a freaking antelope or something. Whole bunch of old dudes. Da, 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 da. I like this with the buildings, right? I'm going to have some serious... I'm going to have to go fussy cut all the stuff that I already took out to fussy cut. I like this weird, this whole thing. Let's see. 5-headed creature. That's hilarious. Yeah, he's getting further away. Oh, they're building a boat. A ship, I should say. They're building a ship. Let's see. Jefferson era. I like this. One-room schoolhouse. And then that's nice. That's pretty cool down there. There is a... I could go to Thomas Jefferson's house. Is in Virginia, I think. It's not that far from here. I like that. I thought that would be fun to take the girls to one of these days. we like educational stuff. Like me and Vera have been really into documentaries, in particular ocean documentaries. We've watched Secrets of the Penguins. We watched Secrets of the Whales, and we've watched a handful of shark things lately. And well, talk about pillage. And it's been very interesting. Like, I've learned a lot of really cool stuff about whales and sharks. Like, you know, about one of the things I learned, which is true, you know, which I know this, but I learned why. Sharks do not hunt people. They don't want to eat people. They don't like to eat people. The thing is, their main instinct is to hunt, and if something is moving, they just hunt it. I like this. Girls in cotton nose. That's really cool. So if something is moving, they just hunt it. And usually what happens is they take a bite out of a human, and then they're like, oh, this isn't what I want. But by the time they're done, they've taken a bite out of a human. Okay, let's see. Oh, I like that. They have lied really bad about the weather. They've been so bad with it. Like, yes, it was, first of all, Sunday was supposed to be our last day of rain. Sunday was it. They lied because it rained for like 2 hours last night. Heavy, steady rain. My kids ran around outside in the rain. Then it was supposed to cool right off, and it was supposed to be low humidity and nice out today, right? And no, it's freaking in the 80s and muggy as hell. It felt like the humidity was getting better earlier. I like the clock. But it's not. It's definitely still just as muggy out there. I like this and this. The cicadas are still yelling just as badly. Ooh. Did not mean to rip that. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I like this. New costume. New costume polka? The new costume polka. Yeah, I guess so. Look at that. Fancy. You almost can see her ankles. Risque. Isn't that something? You almost could see someone's ankles. And that was like really sexy in the day. But then, now, you have Kanye West's wife, whatever her name is, Bianca, whatever, wearing naked, you know, bodysuits, where you can see all of her stuff. So we went from no ankles to naked. Abe, Lillian said yesterday they were at one of my husband's friends helping me out with some of the stuff on the transmission, because certain parts you cannot get any longer. So he brought some stuff to be machined at his job for us. And I don't like that, actually. I don't like the dead stuff. There was a guy there, Lillian said, Mom, he looked just like Abraham Lincoln. He had the beard and everything, just like Abraham Lincoln. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, well, hon, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. So now, like, when she talks about, you know, when they were there yesterday, she's like, oh, and then Abe says, Abraham Lincoln says, blah, blah, blah. That was hilarious. Oh, no, that's Ku Klux Klan. I don't want that. Wow, a blank page. Yes, that's what happens. Industrial supremacy. Here's some good stuff. We got this. We got bridges. We got all kinds of industrial crap. I don't know what this is. The rubber barons, whatever that means. This is like, you know, crazy. The end of the old frontier. I don't know, I think the frontier is still pretty old. That's pretty cool. New York City. New York City. That's a pretty old, these are some pretty old pictures. Really old photographs, like, really just blow my mind. I like the stained glass people. I like the girls. I'm pretty sure this whole book is not signatures. I'm pretty sure the whole thing is glued. That's pretty cool. Sawed house. That's neat. Branding cows. That's not very nice. I do not want to see a cow looking like such. Slaughter of the buffalo. No, thanks. I like this. Apache warrior. I bet you if this would be a good read if you could read textbooks. I can't just read textbooks. I can't just read a textbook. It is not what I do. I like both of those. This is like, you know, peacock bird person and this very distinguished couple, which is President and Mrs. Hayes. This guy here. Grover Cleveland. First Democrat since the Civil War. To arms against the populists. That guy is really serious. Generally agreed that William Jennings Bryan, had no superior in power and persuasiveness. Here he is speaking at a later date in 1896. Oh, I guess he was a speaker person. I like the bird. Some of the cartoons they had were cool. Like, this is hilarious. The anti-imperialists. War with Spain. Wreck of the Maine. What of the Oriental and Filipinos' opportunity? Okay. China. The open door in China. I like this. Both pages. Let's see. Let's look at how old these. That's pretty cool. But I do think there's some Model Ts in there. Sorry, we're a Model T family. That's cool. Mark Twain and his homies. Baseball. Oh, I'm sorry. Early football. Wright brothers. The Juria car. Duryea. I have no idea. I never heard of it. Child labor. Yep, I believe in child labor. I work my kids. I'm just kidding. They're inside, definitely living the dream in the air conditioning, playing games on their devices. One of them is getting a brand new device tomorrow, so chill. I like this. I don't know how I feel about this. Women's causes. Oh, there we go. Teddy Roosevelt in Yosemite. Strikers confront the militia. This guy on a wagon. The sausages! I guess so. I guess so. Woodrow Wilson and Champ Clark. Our country is 250 years old next year. It is so weird. I like this. It's so weird to think about. President Roosevelt posed at the controls. It's so weird to think about how we're going to be 250 years old. What a creepy looking person. And, how much history we have for 250 years. I mean, we have come places. We have been through a lot of crap for 250 years. The Lusitania. Buy Liberty bonds. Air Force dudes. KKK at Washington, D.C. During the 20s, federal prohibition. That's funny. Oh, this is cool. I love the old cars. You know, I was thinking about it yesterday. My grandfather worked on the Hoover Dam. Right now, there is a person that is interested in every car that has come out, right? Every single car that has ever been invented, there is a fan of that car somewhere. But, I don't think you will see that. I don't think you will see that much in the future because these new cars, it's so hard to keep them running. There's just so much electronic crap. You know, I'm having such a battle with myself because I need a better car. But does that mean I need a new car? Because new cars suck. But old cars, they're getting to the point where you can no longer run the old cars, right? Because the parts are, you know, you can't get the parts anymore. And when they start to rot, like you can't do anything with rot. My truck, you know, started to rot and that was it. I mean, that was it for the truck. But, you know, I just don't know what to do because, and like, what can I do? Get something in the middle? I had a car from 2011 and it was horrible. Horrible. The transmission was garbage. It was going to cost me $4,500 to have the transmission rebuilt in that piece of shit. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think. Maybe I'll just go back to horse and buggy, you know. Maybe I will get myself a second car is kind of like where I'm leaning, you know. A second vehicle to have on hand, you know. I don't 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 know what to think. I don't know what to do. It's just awful trying to make these decisions on this garbage, you know? It's been stressful, okay? It's been stressful. The things in our society now are such garbage, is what it boils down to. That's why I play with old books, because old books hold up. New books won't hold up to the shit I put them through. That woman looks so upset. She looks like something out of like a video game character. I have another book to harvest after this one. I'm almost through with this one, I promise. This is like ridiculous. Toward the 21st century. Moon Man. That's cool. I like that. With the dancers, Radio City Rockettes. The Declaration of Independence. I don't think there's any more pictures. That's it for this book. I don't know. I might still alter this book. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might alter it. Because that is like a nice, rugged book right there. Oh, but that's glued. I probably won't alter this book because it's glued. This is a reader, and I want the cover. So I am going to harvest it, but I am going to cut it is held together by rope. I don't know. Is that what is it technically rope? Okay, I didn't cut through in here. So I try to be as delicate as I can with the cutting of the stuff so as not to tear the spine. I will reinforce the spine, obviously, for, you know. There are not a ton of pictures in here, but there is like this. Okay. I'll probably take most of the pictures out. This. And then these pages, you know, will go to, you know, masterboard type stuff, you know. Will just be a spouting whale. The day on the island was a happy one. I'm glad. Glad someone was happy that day on the island. And there's, you know, pen marks in here and all that stuff too. So, you know, it's not like a desirable book for any kind of a collector. But it's perfect to tear apart, in my humble opinion. That's cool. Blackstick touched Rosalba with her black wand. Okay. I'm going to take those two. Colored. There's a handful of colored ones in here. Good children are free to go to the play. Bad children, I'd say no. Bad children, $50. The elephant. That's nice. She sampled everything she could reach. That's nice. I would totally sample everything I could reach. What am I going to make for dinner? Nobody's going to want sauce again. I would totally eat sauce again. My sauce came out amazing. I don't know what to make. I don't know if I want to thaw anything at this point. It's like 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm so excited though, because I have a lot of people ordering from my website that are like new to me people. They're not subscribed to my newsletter. They're not, I mean, unless they've gotten my information from Etsy, You know, when I put things in, they might have purchased from my Etsy store, possibly. I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm liking it. I'm glad to be seeing a lot of new people. As much as I love all my regular customers, they all make me happy, but I don't want them to feel like they have to pay my paycheck. You know, I'm liking the newcomers, welcoming them into my little tribe of junky, crafty, trashy people. The junky craft posse that we have created here on the interwebs. It's funny to think about how far, not like how far we've come, but how much has happened since this little community was kind of born on YouTube, or, you know, became popular, is what I should say, you know, 5 or 6 years ago. Longer than that, my God, like 7 or 8 years ago now, that I've been visiting live streams since like 2017, 2016. Whenever they started pushing the YouTube live streams, might have been 2017. We've come a long way. You know, there's been a lot of people who have come and gone that were really popular streamers on YouTube. Instagram, there have been a lot of crafters and book artists that have had a good following and did a lot of stuff on Instagram, and I haven't seen them, you know, their pages are gone and stuff. It's just funny, you know, the changes in the community. There's really only a handful of us that are still consistently here. I mean, I can't even really call myself consistent, you know, but I'm still online. My presence is still there. Like, there's some people that their online presence, they're completely gone, you know. And I don't think they died. Like, I think they're just gone. But we have lost people too. You know, we have had people that have passed. And that's always a hard pill to swallow, because there are people who visit streams, you know, we chat with them in streams. There are people who support you in your social media, and they comment and they like all your posts, and they encourage you, you know, to create and to do things. So that's hard. And there's been a good amount of people that have passed, and there have been a good amount of people who have had you know, a good amount of people on Facebook. Even I recently lost a friend, a crafty friend on Facebook, who was super talented and super encouraging to all of the crafty things. You know, she was such a sweet person, and it's just hard knowing that she's gone. And there have been, you know, 4 or 5 people I could think of in the last 2 years that have passed that were cheerleaders for everybody, you know. I mean, we're all cheerleaders for each other in this community, I think. I like to consider myself to be a cheerleader. But there's some people who weren't selling, didn't sell their stuff, and some of them didn't even share a ton of their stuff through social media, but they were always there to cheer on us that were selling and showing and you know, being a part of and encouraging us to always be a part of the community, and, you know, never stop doing what you're doing. You are plenty good enough. Your art is definitely good enough to show. And there have been some people that have passed that there have been times that I have questioned sharing my own stuff. But when I started YouTube videos, they were right there. They were right there supporting, you know, being supportive and you know, cheering me on. And it's just strange to think of where our crafty society has gone since 2017, 2018, when it started to really boom on the tube. You know, and now, like, you have TikTok, and you've got tons of platforms to get your creative inspiration from. There was a long time where it was really just YouTube. People weren't posting a ton of videos on Facebook. There weren't reels and shorts and TikToks to be shared like crazy, you know. So it's just strange, I guess. Sorry, I'm ranting, but you know, it's different. It's different. Maybe tomorrow, if I have time, we're putting the transmission back together tomorrow. I'm sorry, we're going to finish putting the transmission back together tomorrow after we get the parts that Brian's friend machined for us. We're doing the transmission, so I don't know if I will have time to put together a frickin' journal, but I might. Maybe we'll make a journal out of this cover. Maybe we'll see what other covers I have. Maybe we'll make a small series of journals using these covers, using, you know, this cover, and maybe I'll find another reader or similar style cover. But I want to thank you all for hanging. This is the end of this. We're coming to the end of this book here. It's really nice. It's really nice to be able to rip these pages out that are so easy to tear out. Very grateful for you, old reader. But yeah, sorry, I just, you know, got kind of nostalgic for a second there. Just, you know, we're a very important community to each other, where there's a lot of people who rely on this crafting community as their main social outlet. You know, I considered myself to be that person for a long time. And I'm not saying I'm any different now. The only difference is I have kids in school now, so there's more local community stuff that I'm a part of. But look at this, all these pages from this book. We will do something with these pages, with the images. We'll do something with some of the images for our journal. So yeah, maybe we'll, or at least start a series of journals. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. We will see. Thank you all for hanging out. It's been, you know, 33 minutes, and that's long enough to listen to me flap my face. I love you all. Ta-ta for now.